guys, welcome back. This is Bytyqi. Thanks for tuning into the Voice of Diabetes. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, which is cereal. We all know that most of us really like cereal. It's very convenient, it's quick, it can be very nutritious, and it can be very healthy for diabetics. However, about 85% of cereal boxes on the shelves are not good for us. They are saturated with too much sugar, and they simply don't provide the nutrients that we need, such as the fiber and the protein. So today on this video, I really want to teach you how to read nutrition labels, and I'm going to pick out the top 3 cereals that I tell my patients they should buy if they are going to have cereal in the morning that are filled with nutrients, loaded with protein, and loaded with fiber. So make sure you're watching. So whole grains are very important. They are essential nutrients, are full of fiber, and we know the regular consumptions are great health benefits. But it's hard to choose from these. As you can imagine, the companies are trying to sell their cereal. So the front of the box will always say heart healthy, loaded with protein, high in fiber. So obviously what do? We pick it up and we buy it thinking that, that cereal, that's what it's gonna have. However, we have to be mindful that the company is trying to sell their product. So they're gonna say, whatever it really takes to sell their product. We have to be smart consumers, and we have to know how to read the label correctly so we know that what we're buying is actually heart healthy and has a lot of fiber and not so much sugar. The trick number 1, I tell all my patients, make sure you're not reading the front of the cereal box. Try to avoid it. What you want to do is you want to turn the cereal box over or on the side, and you want to start reading the nutrition label. That's going to be the most crucial. So forget whatever they're saying in the front. When you look at the ingredients, the number 1 thing, these are things that you want to pay attention for. You want to make sure it says whole grain or whole wheat, oats, oatmeal. Those are all very good. Those are all very good grains that we want. If you see any wheat flour, if you see a multi-grain, those are usually clues that that's probably not the cereal for you. Obviously, here on the Voice of Diabetes, we are always focused on sugar content. So that's gonna be another very important factor. You always wanna look at the sugar content. If it contains more than 10 grams of sugar, put it back in the shelf. That's not the right cereal for you, and that's not the right cereal for me. I'm not a diabetic, but I live like a diabetic. I have diabetes in the family. I know that I can develop diabetes. I'm at higher risk because of my family history. So I'm always reading nutrition labels because we can all eat healthier and we can all do better. We are what we eat. Therefore, I definitely don't want to overconsume too much sugar. So I am always reading nutrition labels. And you're looking for things like sucrose. You're looking for things like dextrose, high fructose, corn syrup. All of those are indications that that cereal is going to be very high in sugar content. Therefore, I don't recommend it. This is the list that I normally look at every time I'm looking for cereal. This is literally at the main things I'm looking for. I'm looking for a serving size. My recommended is usually 3/4 of a cup. Calories, I normally say less than 160. Carbs, absolutely under 30. My ideal would be less than 25 if possible. Fiber, at least 3 grams. Ideally, 5 grams or higher, the more fiber there is. We know that fiber is very good for our digestive tract. We know that fiber also makes us feel full. It helps better control blood sugars. I will have a video on that too about what fiber does for our blood sugar levels, but it is beneficial. It actually helps lower blood sugar levels. Sugar content, as I mentioned, less than 10 grams of sugar. And then protein, I like at least 3 grams of protein, if not higher. And sodium too, I normally like it under 200 milligrams of sodium. The cereals that I don't like, we're gonna talk about that first. So normally the Cookie Crisp, come on guys, the Cookie Crisp is saturated with sugar. It has pretty much no nutritional value. I mean, we probably don't even have to read the nutrition label for this one because we know it's going to be just fully saturated with, it's not going to have enough fiber, it's not going to have enough protein, and it's going to have way too much sugar. But let's review it together and let's see what we find. So the serving size for this is 3/4 of a cup, which is great. And then we're looking at the total carbohydrates, about 22 grams of carbohydrates. So that's a little bit, that's under what we want. But look at the protein. 1 gram of protein, it has 1 gram of fiber. Pretty much there's no nutritional value. All you're getting from this is plain sugar. So it's a no-go. I'm not gonna consider that as a breakfast. I'm not gonna consider that as a nutritional breakfast. And I absolutely never buy it because I know that if I have it, I know it tastes very good. But we have to do what we have to do to stay healthy. So if we know something is not good for us, the best thing is you shouldn't have it in the house, because if we do, we're more likely to eat it. Another one that I don't recommend is the Raisin Bran. So the Raisin Bran actually has a lot of fiber and it has protein, but it's just too high in sugar. Even if you're looking at the picture, you can see that the raisins themselves have so much added sugar. So there's a lot of, you can just see the sugar, right, the glazed sugar right through the carton. So I normally tell patients, although it does have fiber and protein, which this might be a better choice than some other cereals, it's probably not the best just because there's so much sugar content. So you're gonna see your blood sugar spike even though you're getting that protein and that fiber content. Sugar content just outweighs what the protein sources are in this. So I normally tell patients that there's better options than this, and we're gonna talk about those options right now. One of the top 3 that I tell my patients to buy, they're gonna be lower in sugar, high in protein, high in fiber. The Fiber Plus antioxidant Cinnamon Oat Crunch is actually very good. So the serving size is 3/4 of a cup. You're getting about 110 calories. You're getting about 26 grams of carbs. That's pretty much right at our ideal range, which is at 25. You're getting 9 grams of fiber, which is amazing, and you're getting 3 grams of protein. So overall, that's a very good cereal. It's a very good balance, and the sugar content is not too high. So I do recommend that cereal. Another one that I like, and personally I've been buying quite a bit now just because I know how nutritious it is, the Kashi Go Lean. And this has 140 calories and it's 1 cup, so it's a little bit above what we recommended, which was 3/4 of a cup. This is actually even better. You're getting 30 grams of carbs, which is right in between the 25 and the 35 grams of carbs that we recommended earlier. It has 10 grams of fiber, which is very good, and it has 13 grams of protein. So guys, this is a really, really good one. And another one that I really like and I recommend to my patients is the All Bran Original. And this it's about 1/2 cup, so it's a little bit less than what we recommended earlier, but let's read everything else. So it's only 80 calories, which is pretty much half of what we recommended. We wanted under 160, and this is half of that at 80. And it has 23 grams of carbs, so it's actually under the ideal, which is a 25. This is even less, which is amazing. It has 10 grams of fiber and 4 grams of protein. So guys, this is a really good one. I've also been buying this one too because it has so much nutritional value. You're gonna feel much fuller after this. You're not gonna feel like you're hungry an hour or 2 right after eating it, because the fiber and the protein content is gonna make you feel more full, more satisfied. And that's exactly what we want. And we don't want those sugars to spike up immediately after eating. And the fiber and the protein are gonna help keep the blood sugars much level. It's very important that if we're starting off our day with cereal, that we're picking the right one. So please comment below if you guys have any questions. Also feel free to email me. I love to respond personal questions as well if you have a particular question in general. I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.